And the third on our list is going to be heart diseases. We have your atherosclerosis, those two twins that sound like each other, but they're very confusing. So, several heart diseases, there's cardiac arrest, there's stroke, and I think stroke is like final stage. Anyway, that is not my business. What concerns me is dietary concerns, the causes, the root causes, and how you can remove yourself from being at risk to those illnesses. So, the major dietary triggers for your heart disease include consumption of trans fats and your excess saturated fats. So, what are saturated fats? If we remember chemistry, remember those double bonds we get. So, saturated, when something is saturated, means there's no space for anything to just go and combine anymore. All the chains, all the carbon inside already has like a double bond, so there's no space. So, when it's being broken down, there is still one extra double bond that is just there. You get hanging around, or it's not completely broken down by your digestive system. So it just goes to your bloodstream and just hangs on the one, just chills there like what's up? Everybody passing by just what's up. And then they just keep on gathering and gathering on your wall and they cause the hardening and the thickening of your blood vessels, leading to the atherosclerosis that I mentioned earlier on. So how do we deal with this? It's simple preventive strategy. You have to consume less of trans fats. You have to consume less of saturated fats. Consume more of healthy fats. What are the sources of healthy fats? Nuts and seeds, your groundnuts you get. Plant fats are mostly contain the unsaturated fats. Yes, they're all grouped in what you call the unsaturated fatty acid. Consume fish. The fish oil is omega 3, omega 6, omega 9, very healthy, good for your heart, good for your brain. Okay, contains eicosapentaenoic acid and docosahexaenoic acid that's good for brain development, especially if you're pregnant or you're planning to be pregnant. Okay, so you get stored up in your body and your baby takes from it too. So using one stone to kill two birds. So preventive strategy: consume more of healthy fats like your nuts, your seeds, your avocado. Avocado is very good, healthy source of fats. Some persons even mix it and place on their hair. You get to make that makes their hair shiny. I wouldn't do that though. I'd rather consume it. I'd rather eat that. Yeah, I think my body would make more good use of it than my hair. So just my opinion, but it's really healthy and also contains vitamins and minerals, good for your body. And it also has soluble fiber also. Yes. So you see, avocado. I think I'm going to also talk about avocado. It's a very rich fruit that is so underrated. It has a lot of good things inside. Then consumption of plenty of veggies, vegetables and fruits, especially vegetables, because the vegetables contain. I think I've mentioned this before. They contain your antioxidants, and I mentioned free radicals. Whenever you break down the double bonds to saturated fatty acids, and then they go to your blood vessels walls and they just chill there. So what do these antioxidants do? They go to these walls, let me say it in plain English, and they just go to just go and be friends with them and they're like, oh my guy, let's go and party now, let's go and chill. And they leave. They take them out. So they go and bind with them, whatever's hanging on the wall, and then reduces the load, whatever free radicals are hanging in your blood vessels. That's why it's important to consume fruits and veggies as often as possible. Like it cannot be overemphasized. You need to consume your vegetables. They're rich in iron, they're rich in vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin C, you name it. They're rich in potassium, they're rich in iodine to prevent goiter. Like we should just thank God for iodized salt, because if not for our salt that's iodized, a lot of persons will be dealing with goiter in this modern day and age. So, whole grains, yes, whole grains are also very important. By whole grains, I mean like rice, but not the processed one, the one in the bag. If you can get the local rice, the local one, the ones that we plant, if you can just get past the stones, if you can get past the stone and the crunchiness, you're good. It's very healthy. Contains whole grains, contains a lot of fiber, good for your guts and good for your health in general. Whole grains, your lentils, your beans, your oats, very healthy. Your wheat, your corn, maize, millet. One of my favorites is this hungry millet. It's northern. It's called acha. It is so filling. You just need to eat like a little amount of it and you feel very full and it really holds you. You could combine it with any protein like beans, bean cakes, moi moi. This is a whole topic, and I'll break it down for you later on. Okay, don't worry. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. So, yes, and also moderate portion sizes. Don't eat like a thief. You are not a thief in Jesus' name. Just when you want to eat, you carry a basin of rice and you full because you want to be full. Don't eat with the mind that you want to be full. Uh-uh. Eat with the mind that you want to be healthy. So don't load the mountain of you want to eat chicken, you eat it excess. You want to eat anything, you eat it excess. No, we have to cut it down. We have to put our health into question. Sorry, I did not call you a thief. We have to eat with our health and our bodies in consideration. We have to keep them in mind that okay, we're trying to be as healthy as we can. Everything depends on portion, okay? Portion size. You take one portion of rice, it could be 1 cup. So you have a measuring cup, 1 cup or 2 cups, and then one portion of veggies, and you have a portion of meat. Just like that. Let all the ingredients be in your plate, be balanced. And it's good to add veggies because veggies make you feel fuller. So you end up eating less carbs and more veggies, and the food is balanced, and you're eating balanced diet. So the arteries reflect your dietary habits, okay? The state of your arteries. If the walls are really, really hardened and thinking and you're having your body's having issues pumping blood, it's a result of your dietary lifestyle, dietary habits over time. You've been consuming too much trans fat and saturated fatty acid. You've been consuming a lot of animal fat, a lot of red meat. You get anywhere that a train party and they're dealing with a soup and there's red meat, you are there. You're always eating, you're always eating. Be careful. Be careful. So the fourth on the list on my list is obesity. So obesity is really not just about weight. You get it's really not just about oh I'm fat. It is a precursor to almost every chronic disease, everything, every like we should not be obese, especially in this part of the world where we have so much healthy food, so much food with so much fiber to consume. There is no reason for you to be obese. And even if you are, it's not a problem, of course. We're here to help. That's what it's not anybody's fault. It's this dietary lifestyle that has happened over time. You do not get fat overnight. So nobody's gonna be blaming you or judging you. It happens, but we need to be healthy. Obesity places you at a risk of I don't know how to explain it. So you say the gravity or how serious the gravity of how anyway, the contributors to being obese are one, consumption of ultra processed foods. We're consuming too much processed food. We're consuming instead of one oh my god, one of my enemies in this life. I've been on the let's say on the top side of life. I've put on weight and everyone's like, oh Sophie, wow, only you could put on weight and I'm there like if you let me go, I'm going to go to where I'm not supposed to go to. And one of my enemies was Semovita. You see that Semo from the pit of hell. Oh, I shouldn't mention brand's name. Okay, Semo, because I'm gonna remove that Semovita. Semo itself, like the one that is packaged, it is so processed. There is little to no fiber inside of it. If you keep on consuming that thing, if you want to put on, just consume Semo every day, 1 month, and you're going to put on at least 6 to 7 kg. That is how much carbs it has. That is how little fiber that thing has. Instead of to consume some of it, it's better you even consume apple or fufu, the cassava module. It's better because that one is small amount to make you feel fuller, you feel heavier, and it will carry you on for a long time. But with some of it, because of the less fiber it has, because of how processed it is, you consume it and in 2 hours you're hungry again, you're consuming something else. You understand? So it's a whole cycle of constant eating. You're eating and you're eating and you're eating. You're not stopping, you're just eating. So, contributors to obesity are ultra processed foods, portion distortion. I've mentioned portion in the heart diseases. You're eating too much. We're eating too much. We're eating too much of even the wrong things, even, especially our macronutrients, our carbs. We're consuming so much carbs that our body doesn't need. Our body, we don't need to be consuming 4,000 kilocalories in a day. 2.5 is enough for you to do everything. And if you're trying to go on a calorie deficit, 1.5, 1.8 is not bad, especially if you're very mobile and you're very active. It's not terrible. High sugar intake, yes. Mentioned so, most processed foods, the sugar is quite high in your cakes, in your ice creams. Then frequent fast food. I can understand that we're busy with life, we're busy with work, schedule, everything. So we really have little choices when it comes to choosing what to eat. And I get that. But we really should just try to reduce it as much because the goal is not just to eat. The goal is to eat and remain healthy for a long time. You don't want to stress now, just eat now. The next 10 years or next 5 years, you're always spending money, you're paying for metformin, you're paying for insulin injections, insulin vials, and you're unhealthy and you're taking this drug and that drug. And by the time you get there, you're still going to be put on a diet restriction. Yes, your dietitian is still going to tell you, I'm sorry, you